Ladies and gentlemen, we are live.
All right. I'm back with another stream, and unfortunately, I do not have a lot of time, so I can only react to possibly like a few a few videos on YouTube. Yeah. So once again, I don't have like a lot of time, so I gotta get straight to it. All right, watch later. All right, of course, we're watching the MBG videos. All right, let's check this one out. All right, Matt be great. Oh, okay, Week 10 preview. Let's go.
I hope this video can make it a little bit better. And man, oh man, Halloween! It's tomorrow.
Yeah, Halloween's tomorrow, by the way, which is kind of hard to believe.
I've been watching some Halloween movies. Let me know in the comment section what your favorite Halloween movie is. I watched Halloween Town. It's the first time I watched a different time. That two of my all-time the MBG. There's somebody that weekend we already previewed that. Shout out to them. They make a good one. We got Oklahoma and Tennessee this weekend. We already previewed that game. Vanderbilt, Texas already did that. So if you're looking for those two games, you got to watch one of the previous videos. But we got Ohio State and Penn State. We thought that was going to be good. Who knows? We'll get to that in a second.
Unfortunately, that game will be unfortunately that game will be, well, not a shootout. Definitely not a shootout. Just Ohio State just pounding Penn State, just destroying them.
Ooh, Georgia and the Florida Gators. Hey, man, your casual fan up north or out west is going, what are we talking about here, Matty boy? Florida, they suck. Are they even 500? Listen up. This is always, not going to say always. Let me backtrack on that. Normally a pretty good game, despite the record. I'm looking forward to it. It could be close. We got the UC Trojans in Nebraska. Ooh, okay. We got Georgia Tech. This is a sneaky good game. The Yellow Jackets versus NC State. We got the, this is the college game day game of the week, I believe. Utah and Cincinnati. Yeah, I'm not too thrilled about college game day.
At 10:15, doing a college game. That's supposed to be the college game day. Utah and Cincinnati. A 10:15 p.m. game. Well, obviously it's in the West Coast. It's the 3 hours behind, but still a 10:15 game.
Going there, I'm like, was that really the best game we could find?
Yeah.
Low-key kind of was. I don't really mind it too much. I don't watch college.
Why didn't they go to Tennessee? I don't understand. Oh, okay. I know they're probably just trying to mix things up a little bit. You know, not go to a bunch of SEC games, but that's the best. That's the best games in the SEC.
Game day, if you want to be honest, outside of occasionally I turn on the background when I'm doing some stuff at home. We got the Red Raiders and K-State. Probably not going to talk about that game because Kansas State's irrelevant this year. Miami, SMU. Yeah, there's some good ones. We do not have a good Friday night game. Memphis plays Rice, but who cares about that? So let's get into our 11 a.m. games first, and we're going to start out with the number one team in the country, and I don't even think it's close. Actually, hold on. Matt, say it right. Little bro, Ohio State. Ohio State is a whopping 20.5-point favorite. Do y'all want me to say it, or do you want to say it? You know what? I'm going to do it. I refuse to talk about Penn State. Notice I'm not screaming. I'm getting better at controlling my emotions. Y'all know your boy Matty, calm, cool, and collected individual, right? I refuse to talk about Penn State for more than 10 seconds. Ohio State by 4 billion. Moving along here at 11 a.m. as well. This could be a good game. We got the SMU fighting ponies. Yeah, I believe that is their mascot. Versus Miami, the Hurricanes. Hurricanes been struggling a little bit. At one point in time, they look like one of the best teams in the country. Not so much. They're coming off of that shaky performance against Stanford in the first half. May I remind some of you, they wound up winning the game 42-7. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. But against Louisville, their second to last game, they lost that one at home. And also against home versus Stanford, they were trailing 7-0 with under 2 minutes to go in the first half. Not so good. SMU, they got the guys to compete, and also they got the guys to win. Kevin Jennings, he's going to be hard to take down. I think this could be a high-scoring affair. I want to. I really want to. I want to pick SMU in this game, but Miami due to the defense, Malachi Toney, and Carson Beck, my man. If you could just not turn over the ball, that'd be great.
Yeah, Carson Beck, obviously he has to take care of the ball. He has to.
Going to walk out of here with a win. This is a good upset. If you're one of those guys who likes to pick 1 to 2 upsets per week, hey, I'd point right at this game. But for me, I got to go with the U. Scrolling on down here, Houston, West Virginia. Don't care. Give me Houston in that one. Louisville. Ooh, against Volatile. Volatile. They ain't bad. They're coming off of that win over Cal. Give me Louisville in that one. I'll take them. Indiana, the Hoosiers versus Maryland. Indiana by 4 billion. Dang, we're just steamrolling through these games. If there's not a lot to talk about, hey, I'm not going to force it. Oh, here we go. At 2:30, we got the ABC. Yeah, I'm really liking this. I just saw the line. I'm telling you, your casual fans going, no, man, this is a nothing burger. Why are we talking about this game? Look at the line. Georgia 7.5. That's not a blowout. See, Vegas knows something. They always know. The Florida Gators without a head coach. Their first game without a head coach. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to keep it a Fortnite V-Buck with you. I have no idea who they're hitting.
Oh, yeah. Last week they had a bye week. Yeah, they didn't play a game last week.
Hey, slow down, Matt. You would think after making 3,000-something videos, you learn how to talk. I have no idea. There we go. Who their interim head coach is. No idea. Don't care. But I think them boys, they're going to be fired up. They're going to be ready to go. Not because of their head coach got fired. It's because it's Georgia. We're talking about a top 5 team. One of the biggest rivals. Florida fans hate Georgia fans. Georgia fans hate Florida fans. Florida players hate Georgia players, and it goes back and forth, back and forth. There's a lot of bad blood there. I think it's going to be a competitive game. But at the end of the day, is it really a smart pick to pick a team who doesn't have a head coach? Pick a team whose quarterback has been struggling. He's one of the worst quarterbacks in the SEC. Pick a team who hasn't been good at scoring the football this year. Heck to the no. I think Florida may be able to get some stops occasionally, but it's going to be hard because Georgia, you see, what's interesting about the Bulldogs is everybody writes them off. It happens every year. They lose to Bama. Everybody points at them, goes, ha, 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 look at you. You can't beat Alabama, and we don't care about you. But here they are yet again. They have one of the best offenses in the nation, which is very weird to see. When we think of Georgia football the past, hey, not even 5 years, but the past 10 years, dang, they really low-key making a dynasty themselves. That's a different conversation for a different day. We think of defense, game manager, but it's actually the opposite. Their defense isn't even that good this year. They're good, but not that good, if you get what I'm trying to say. Their offense has been what is winning them the games. Look at the Tennessee game. They gave up 41. 41 on the road. Their defense, and they still won the game. They put up a 44 burger. Their offense, Gunnar Stockton, he's a Heisman Trophy candidate, in my humble opinion. I'd say he's easily top 6, top 7. Ah, crap. I didn't even mean to do that.
Oh, he said it. 6-7. 6-7.
I already know everyone's going to have a field day in the comment section. Anyways, getting back on track here, I think he's a Heisman contending quarterback. Georgia, that offense is going to be too much. I can't pick a team. It's not one of my golden rules, but it's one thing I look at. I don't care how good your defense is, and Florida has a pretty good defense. I just can't pick a team that can't score points. I don't think Florida can keep up with Georgia. Georgia's going to win this one by about 14, 17 points. But early on, I could see it being a close game. But Georgia, there's too much. They're going to run.
Yeah, I mean, look. All right, Georgia fans, don't think this game will be a blowout, because it won't. Like Florida, they will put up a fight. I mean, Georgia, they should obviously win the game, but don't be surprised if it's close. Don't be surprised. I do think Florida can put up a fight against Georgia, but we'll see. And Georgia, they should be able to win. They should be able to win. But I'm just saying, don't be surprised if Florida puts up a fight against Georgia.
Away with it. At 2:30 as well, we got Notre Dame playing their cupcake of a schedule. I'll take the Irish in that one by, we'll say, 300. At 2:30, we got Texas Tech versus K-State. The Red Raiders, I believe their backup quarterback tore their ACL. He's out for the year, so they got to go with O'Morton. They're only a 7.5-point favorite. Kansas State's one of those weird teams. Yeah, they're 4-4. It's been a letdown, but they can win this game if they get hyped up for it, fired up for it. I could see them walking out of here with a win. I'm not going to pick Kansas State in this game. I got to go with the Red Raiders. At 2:45, this is an interesting game in the sorry and sucky ACC. We got the Virginia Cavaliers versus Cal. Cal's not bad. They're not really good. They're not bad. They're coming off that loss against Virginia Tech. And then you got Virginia, who is not even quietly at this point, but a legit playoff contender. They're 7-1. I've said before, I'm going to say it again. It's really funny when you look at Virginia, because when they beat Florida State, we're like, hey, yeah, good win, buddy. Hey, we're proud of you. Treating them like a Make-A-Wish kid, but no, come to find out, they're like, hey, that ain't us. We're a legit playoff contender. We're here to play some ball, and they are 7-1. The record doesn't lie. They're playing some really good football. I'll roll with the Cavaliers in that one. At 6 p.m., getting on to our night games. Ooh, I forgot about this one. Why isn't more people talking about this? And I know what y'all are sitting there saying, Matt, how do you forget about this? How do you not know these games are up and coming? Isn't this your job? Yeah, but I'm human too. I forget. I don't look at all that. Look, despite what y'all think, I'm not during the week looking at all these games, dissecting them. When I do the previews and predictions like we're doing now, for some of these games, it's the first time I look at them. We got South Kakalaki and Ole Miss in the lane train. Ole Miss is a 12.5-point favorite. South Kakalaki, I know people are tired of it, but all their losses this year outside of LSU, and LSU was at one point in time a ranked team, have been to ranked teams. South Carolina is not bad. And your Big Ten or ACC or Pac-12 fans going, Matt, SEC bias, here we go again. Oh, well, they just get hyped up because, you know, their losses are against ranked SEC teams, and those teams should. Shut up, nerd. Shut up, nerd. South Carolina is not a bad team. They've beaten the teams they're supposed to up until this point. They've lost to all ranked teams. Heck, we saw them last week. They should have beat Alabama. They had Bama on the ropes. They were up by 8 points. And then, well, Ty Simpson happened and Jeremy Bernard happened. South Carolina, I could easily see them going in here winning this game. They have nothing to lose. They're going to play some beamer ball. They're going to do some fake.
Yeah, I mean, look. I think my Gamecocks, they have a chance. They have a chance against Ole Miss. If they can play, obviously, if they can play like they played against Alabama last week, they have a good chance of winning. If Lenore Sellers can play like Lenore Sellers, you know, still have a chance. We have a chance. And if the defense balls out like they did against Alabama, yeah, it won't be easy for Ole Miss. It won't. And with that South Carolina defense, I can see the Ole Miss offense struggling against them. I can see it. But we'll see.
Fake punts, fake field goals. Who knows what's going to happen? Ole Miss, they are a really good team. I got them in that category with teams like A&M, Alabama, and Georgia. You could see Trinidad Chambliss have a letdown game. This is a game in which Ole Miss are not too hyped up for. They're coming off that emotional win over Oklahoma. But South Carolina's offensive line, whoo. Man, you rarely hear me talk about O-line play in a preview and prediction, but I got to bring it up. They are bad. Really, really,
Yes.
really bad.
Not good, unfortunately.
There were some times against Alabama where they literally had to grab onto the Alabama defenders because if they didn't, Lenore Sellers would have got annihilated on the play. Due to the O-line being so bad, and I do not trust Sellers throwing the ball, I'm going to roll with the lane train in that one. Michigan, Purdue, don't care about that. Give me Michigan in that one. Georgia Tech and NC State. Georgia Tech minus 5.5. This is a sneaky trap game. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky trap game. You know what? Nah. No, wait. Wait. I'm going back and forth myself. I'm going to do it, man. I'm going to do it. Give me NC State in this one. I'm calling the upset. Is it smart? Nah, not really. But I like their quarterback, C.J. Bailey. He can make some plays. Their running back nearly has 1,000 rushing yards on this season. Haynes King is beat up. You know he's tired. Is there a more tired quarterback in college football than Haynes King? No, he is Georgia Tech. I'm finna call him the Fighting Haynes Kings at this point. It's not the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. You smell that? I smell it. Yep, there's an upset happening here. Give me NC State. USC and Nebraska, the Fighting Dylan Ravioli. Speaking of bad O-line play, whew. Nebraska is one of the worst offensive lines you're going to see. USC, they're legit. They can ground and pound you. I easily like USC in this one. They're favored by 6.5. I understand why. I love this USC team. When I say I love them, let me backtrack a little bit. In this game, I love them. That's what I'm talking about. I like them a little bit more than Nebraska, and that's why I'm rolling with them. And last but not least, I believe, I'll pull up the SEC
Cincinnati
in just a
and
second.
Utah.
We got the college game day game of the week. Cincinnati versus Utah. Oh, my gosh. Utah's a 10.5 point favorite? Yikes. Did not know that. Cincinnati, I do know a little bit about them, or I say a little bit, kind of being sarcastic, a lot of bit about them. They should be undefeated. They should have beat Nebraska in week 1. I remember that game like it was yesterday. Feels like it happened 5 years ago. They had so many costly mistakes. If Sorsby doesn't throw that interception at the end of the game, bare minimum, they're going into overtime. I digress. Utah, they're legit. I like Dampier. Dampier is similar to Carson Beck and John Mateer. If he's not turning the ball over, he's a pretty good dang quarterback. I know you can say it for a lot of players, but it is reality. Another thing I like about Utah is Dampier. He adds an element on the ground. I think Cincinnati's going to have fits and troubles trying to stop this Utah offense. Utah's defense hasn't been as great as it's normally been because when we think about Utah football, similar to Georgia the past 10 to 15 years, we think of defense. But this year, it's more so the offense has been winning them some games. I know Utah's got the loss to BYU and they got blown out against Texas State. That wasn't a good game, but I like Utah in this one. I think they're going to get the job done. I'll pull up the SEC to make sure I didn't miss. Does Auburn play this week? Auburn plays Kentucky because I know we got some Auburn fans and viewers. Let's see. Oh, yeah, you got Mississippi State and Arkansas. I know nobody cares about that, but I will give you my thoughts on this. I will take Auburn in that one. Yeah, Auburn's favored 11.5. They're coming off of that win. Does Auburn have a quarterback situation on their hands? I guess I have to wait and see what happens there because Arnold got benched. I know he probably won't be starting. I haven't looked at it too much. And then Arkansas, Mississippi State benched. I know.
Wait, don't Auburn, they have a 5-star quarterback, right? That they just recruited. Deuce Knight. Will he play against Kentucky? I don't know if he will play against Kentucky. All right, since they benched Jackson Arnold, who do they have at quarterback? Ashton Daniels. Ashton Daniels is the backup. Okay, what about the Deuce Knight guy? Yeah, who will start against Kentucky? Whatever, man. I guess we'll find out later.
He probably won't be starting. I haven't looked at it too much. And then Arkansas, Mississippi State. Yeah, I like Arkansas on that one too. Many more things I could say, but we'll end it off here. I'm curious. Let me know your thoughts.
All right, man. We'll see this Saturday. See who wins. All right. Things somehow got crazier at LSU. All right, let's check it out.
I've been covering sports my entire life. I've had this channel for 10 years. I have never, and I mean I've never seen a situation quite like this. Oh, look, it's a toxic program. LSU is actually what the media has been telling you what Florida is. What coach is going to sign on to have the governor? Hope you're having a great week. If not, hope this video can make it a little bit better. And man, oh man, just when you thought things couldn't get any crazier at LSU, they somehow, someway do. You might want to get you a snack and popcorn for this one because things just got really, and I mean really interesting. You may be sitting there thinking to yourself, all right, Matt, I think you're hyping up this situation a little too much. I don't think I am. I beg to differ because the governor of Louisiana just stated that the AD, Scott Woodward, would not be hiring the new head coach. His words, not mine. He stated that Donald Trump, yes, that's right, you heard me correctly, the president of the United States would select the new head coach before he let the AD do it. Crazy stuff there. We're going to talk all about that. We got two other topics to speak on. One of those being Arch Manning. We got an injury update on him. Our other topic we're going to speak about is the breaking news involving Nebraska's head coach, Matt Rhule. 3 topics, 1 video. Who says no to that? We got a jam-packed one. I don't got time to waste. You don't got time to waste either. Let's get straight into it. First things first, let's go over this Matt Rhule stuff. I've had a ton of you guys send it to me. I'm going to show you the breaking news right here. Matt Rhule has signed a new 2-year extension with the Cornhuskers. For some fans out there, cough, cough, Penn State fans, that doesn't spell out good news because...
Yep, Penn State aren't getting Matt Rhule.
That was one of Penn State's leading candidates for the new job. But it's looking like old Matt Rhule's not going to go anywhere, and I didn't expect him to. I talked a little bit about this a few weeks ago. The Penn State job opening was nothing more, nothing less than leverage for Rhule when it comes to negotiating a new contract with Nebraska, and you see it right here. He didn't even have intentions on leaving Nebraska anytime soon, but once the Penn State job opened up, he's like, well, you know, I might as well use this to my advantage, and he did just that. I respect it. Congratulations to him. I can't really say congrats to the Cornhusker fan base because I don't think he's that great of a head coach. But that is a different video for a different day. Topic number 2 we're going to get into. We got an injury update on Arch Manning. I'm going to show it to you right here. This is from a Texas account on Twitter. Texas quarterback Arch Manning and safety Michael Taft, I believe that's how you say his last name, both practiced Wednesday, according to Texas head coach Steve Sarkisian. Arch Manning is still in concussion protocol and is still unknown if he or Taft will play Saturday against Vanderbilt. Not going to try to overcomplicate the situation. That is all we know, but as where it stands right now, it's not looking good for Manning to play in the game against Vandy. I'm not even going to make a big deal about this because if Arch Manning was one of the best quarterbacks in the nation, it would be a big deal, but he's not very good, and I think the backup quarterback is just as good, if not better than him. I think Texas is going to fare around A-OK whether Manning's taking the snaps or the backup quarterback, Matthew Caldwell. Can't wait for that game on Saturday, but moving along here to the main topic of the Main Encore, main reason you clicked onto this video. What in the world is going on with the LSU Tigers? Go Tigers! Shout out to Ed Ogeron. Well, I'll tell you what's going on, partner. Short answer, it's a crap show. Long answer, I'm about to get into it. For starters, I gotta show you this. No, not making this up. This is the realio dealio. I'm gonna show it to you word for word. Louisiana Governor Jeff Landry just said at a press conference that LSU Athletic Director Scott Woodward will not, let me say that again, will not be hiring LSU's next football coach. It will be LSU's Board of Supervisors. I've been covering sports my entire life. I've had this channel for 10 years. I have never, and I mean I've never seen a situation quite like this. And maybe it's happened before, but I haven't covered something where the governor is saying, hey, our athletic director, they're not hiring the new head coach. If you're confused, I don't blame you because I'm confused. I thought that was the sole purpose of the athletic director, to hire your football coach, basketball coach, softball coach, soccer coach, etc., etc. I thought that was really their only purpose on this earth. Hiring and firing coaches, pretty much. But I guess not with LSU. These aren't even my words. Take a look at this. LSU has become a complete circus. Send in the clowns. So this is your governor, Jeff Landry, and this is also from when he was talking about the situation in which he stated, Scott Woodward, yet again, your athletic director, will not be hiring the new head coach. Unfortunately, I can't show the video footage because I have no idea who owns the copyrights to it, and I can't risk it. I'm just going to assume I can't show the video footage. Trust me, if I could, I'd love to, but I got to do what I got to do. And it's not really important. All you need to know is, and I'll show it to you right here, He stated, and I quote, "No, I can tell you right now, Scott Woodward is not selecting the next head coach. I'd let Donald Trump select it before I let him do
Donald
it."
Trump.
Let's check on some of the comments.
President
What
Trump.
coach is going to sign on to have the governor controlling his program and blasting him in the media? Not to mention, he also just blasted the agent for almost every successful coach in the country. LSU is cooked. Oh, look, it's a toxic program. LSU is actually what the media has been telling you what Florida is. Take a look at this. He said what anyone with common sense is thinking. Scott Woodward, singularly responsible for $175 million in wasted funds at 2 public universities, shouldn't be hiring an LSU maintenance worker, much less their coach. This is the most unhinged thing I've seen on the internet today, and that's really saying something. To me, not only is this number one crazy, but number two, I think it's comical. Here is my outside perspective. It is a question to people in the state of Louisiana. What is going on there? If you're lost in all this, let me break it down for you. Jeff Landry is stating that Scott Woodward will not be selecting the new head coach. But here's where things get kind of controversial. On the Pat McAfee show, he went on there today and said, and I quote, "I will not be picking the new coach, and that is not my job." So he's now stating not only is Scott Woodward not picking the coach, but he's not picking the coach either. So I now know what you're sitting there saying.
What?
All right,
Like, dude, what's going on? What? This is confusing so far. This is confusing.
Matty boy, I follow you, but who's picking the new head coach? And that's a great question, my friend. I'd love to answer it. He continued along. The only reason that I'm really involved is because this Brian Kelly contract leaves the taxpayers of this state on the bill. I care about the taxpayers of our state. That's where things really get interesting, because he is now insinuating that LSU, the school, is not going to be paying Brian Kelly's buyout. It's the taxpayers. That's where things really get crazy, because that is people like me and you, because we're sitting here laughing like, ha ha, look, LSU, they got to pay Brian Kelly $53 million. But come to find out, we're the butt end of the joke because we're the ones paying for it. At least that is according to what he's saying right here. Is that true? Is it right? Probably not. I've seen a lot of people in the comments debunking this, but that's besides the point. Hey, I'm just the news reporter. I'm just the messenger. Don't get mad at me. He's the one saying this. I'm just presenting you with the information, and you can do as you please with it. I'm showing you what he said. I'm reading this off of the official Pat McAfee account. And I'm not going to talk about the whole taxpayer thing for the next 7 to 10 minutes because it is besides the point. You know what the point is? You know what the moral of this video is? It's chaos there. Straight chaos. Here's all I care about, and it's all you care about more than likely, because we're here for sports. We don't care about politics and all that BS.
Nope.
Who's picking the new head coach?
Yep,
And
exactly. Who's picking the new head coach, and who will become the LSU head coach?
here's another question, maybe a question for a different day and different video. If I'm a head coach, like, I don't know, a Jeff Brom or Eli Drinkowitz or whoever, I know some of you are going to say, Matt, Lane Kiffin. All right, we'll throw Lane Kiffin there. Why in the world would I want to join in on this? This is an insane situation, to say the least, when you really look into it. I've been saying this my entire life. College is one of the biggest and best businesses out there, and if you have thought otherwise up until this point, this proves it. I just saw this comment. So this person said he's wrong. Boosters paid the bill, and that got over 250 likes, so I'm going to assume he's right. But this reply said, he said if no one foots the bill, the taxpayers will pay it. That is 100% accurate. In other terms, he is stating, hey, if the boosters don't pay the bill, which they did and more likely they always will, then taxpayers, they're the ones who have to pay the contract or the buyout. You get what I'm trying to say. Either way, the fact we're even talking about stuff like this, it's not a good look. Many more things I could say. I'll keep you guys updated. I'm curious. Let me know your thoughts down below. But
Wild stuff, man. Wild stuff. Okay, it's 9:52. See if anybody else uploaded, and hopefully I bookmarked some tweets. I hope so. Yep, and I did. All right, so apparently, John Jones, he's trolling Tom Aspinall. John Jones still trolling Tom Aspinall. All right, let's see what he's doing. All right, so John Jones riding on a horse.
Rolling up here for DBX4.
What's going on, DBX4? I'm excited to be here. What's up, Nashville, Tennessee?
Okay, so he's in Nashville. Okay. It's a beautiful city, by the way.
How do you have a better entrance than this to the White House, Johnny Bones?
We got to do it right. We got the beautiful horse with the eye patch on. We're having a good night.
Here it is, DBX.
He said an eye patch. He's talking about an eye patch, dude. Like John Jones is literally trolling a guy who he's avoided for the past 2 years, and just trolling him. That is crazy. Just like John Jones is just trolling Tom Aspinall, a guy who he has avoided for 2 years.
DBX4, let's get this party started.
Wild stuff, man. Wild stuff. Like, I'm not gonna say it's corny, but dude. But I'll say this, man. Trolling a guy that you avoided for the past 2 years is crazy. All right, man. We got a little Drake clip. Where's my button? Drake must have super senses. He instantly caught someone trying to secretly record him at the Toronto Raptors game. He just staring him down, bro. Dude, he is just staring him down. I wonder if this is recent. Bro, that's gotta be like crazy, but a little creepy that he just knew that it was you that's recording. That's gotta be a little creepy. And Drake is just staring him down. All right, so Andrew Tate has been announced as to be the new. Okay, hold on, let me start all over. I gotta stop stuttering. Andrew Tate has been announced to be the new CEO of Misfits. He will be fighting the Misfits heavyweight champion Chase Damore on December 20th in Dubai. Former CEO KSI has been relinquishing it from his position via board of directors. All right, let's see.
To your new CEO. I wouldn't say it was a hostile takeover, but it was certainly planned. And Mams and I are going to be working together to finally put Misfits where it belongs on the world.
Yeah, I heard KSI and Mams that they're beefing now, which is absolutely insane. I never thought that KSI would end up beefing with Mams. I wonder how the fallout happened.
Stage. The largest disruptive force in sports entertainment history. So considering that somebody who failed at their obligations to make this organization as big as it should have been has been ousted, and I'm the new CEO, I guess it's my job to make the most entertaining fights. Who's the person who everybody wants to see fight? Who's the guy I can sign that everybody will tune in to watch fight? It's me. Isn't that convenient? Quite easy. I heard he's a great guy, easy to work with. So for that reason, I myself am going to be fighting as CEO on the next Misfits show, December 20th, here in Dubai. And if I'm going to fight, I mean, it's been a while. If I'm going to train and get in there, I may as well do it for a belt. And if it's going to be for a belt, it may as well be for the biggest one. So I, as CEO, order a mandatory title defense for the heavyweight Misfits belt between myself, Andrew, the top G, King Cobra Tate, against Chase Damore. You don't have a chance and you don't have a choice, Chase. You have to do it. It is mandatory.
He said you have to do it and it's mandatory.
So I strongly recommend you train. You may be younger than I am. You may be more active. You may be bigger. But everybody has a plan until they're punched in the face. December 20th Misfits, our largest show ever produced here in Dubai, and I will be headlining myself.
All right, the fight before Christmas: Tate versus D'Amore for the heavyweight title, dude. Let's see, man. Let's see if Andrew Tate can, beat Chase D'Amore. I think if you look at his combat sports background or his martial arts background, Tate should be able to win. But Tate is a little older now, and he hasn't fought in a while, so we'll see. But I think Andrew Tate should be able to win. He should be able to. All right, man. Your Rage has officially hit 100K subscribers on Twitch for the first time. I bookmarked this for motivational purposes.
I get the bitch at the G yeah, jump on that pizza, slide, keep on slide, I just keep on dive, spin around, step down,
Man, imagine if that's me with all my friends just congratulating me, just hyping me up. Yeah. That's gonna happen. I'm next. Hey, but congrats to Your Rage, by the way. All right. All right, so the Ravens and Dolphins game is on obviously on right now. They're in the second half, I believe. Yes, 14-6. I want to watch something else, like a short clip. You know what? I'll watch this one. Kevin Durant explains to Bobby Althoff that he doesn't plan on getting married because he doesn't want to commit to one person, and weddings has never really been his thing.
You don't want to just have kids with someone, you want to get married first?
I wouldn't say get married, no.
Do you want to get married?
No.
Really, ever? What if they sign a prenup?
That's not really a prenup, though.
What do you mean?
I mean, because you'll still have to, when you walk away, have to at least give something up.
Well, in a perfect world,
Man, why they keep pressing Katie about this?
wouldn't you just not get divorced or break up? You'd stay with them forever?
That's not ever going to be, that's not ever in a, I mean, I've never seen that.
You couldn't do that? Be with one person for the rest of your
I
life?
don't know if that's, I don't know. Who have you seen that has done that?
It's a good question. Let me think.
I think divorce is actually more of a realistic,
Yeah, it is.
because 100%
I mean,
is
I
higher.
failed, so
And higher divorce percentages are higher. It's just like the word marriage, I get it, but it's more so like what that relationship is like. Like, do I want to be with somebody every day
yeah, I
and
think
hang
that's
with the
the
same
idea.
person every day
I think that's what most people, when you're really old and it's like you're not going out anymore. You
without
don't,
the option to do my own thing?
no, but you will. You'll have your own life. You're going to find a girl that you probably won't at this point. I think you might not.
That's tough.
But I feel like the idea is that you'd find a girl that you want to spend every day forever with. That's kind of a long time, but it's really not. You're 37. What's the average age that men live till?
40 years?
Yeah, that's too many.
I'm not going to plan for a 40-year stretch. That's just too
You
hard
just-
to plan for.
Okay. Well, then you should get a surrogate.
A surrogate. Why?
Well, so that you can just have no strings attached. You don't even have to worry about
I could
that.
still, I mean, I want some strings attached. I mean, damn, I don't want to like.
Just a few strings,
Yeah,
not the
just
whole.
yeah.
Yeah. Got it. I'll start looking
I don't want
for
it
her
to. I
for
don't want
you.
it to be the traditional way of like.
What if you have a wedding? What if she wants a wedding ceremony, but you don't have to actually sign anything? I feel like that's good too.
So just have a party.
Yeah, basically. But where you go, you don't
So
picture
just
yourself at the end of a like at the end, and you have a whole really.
no, like a wedding.
Yeah, you could have.
Okay, why am I watching this? Oh man, like I shouldn't have streamed honestly because I didn't have a lot of time anyways. All right, why did he think it's a good idea to put his hand there?
Bye-bye, BRB. Hey, bud. Just run.
Yo! Whoa! Fuck me! Yeah, why would you put your hand there?
Nope.
Why would you do that?
Go ahead. Go ahead, bud. No, it's okay.
Dude, what? Oh, it was a bear. My goodness. Yeah, why would... If there's a bear in the car, why would you stick your hand in there like that? That is so stupid. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Bye-bye, BRB. Hey, bud. Just run.
Stupid, man. Stupid.
Fuck me! Oh. Nope.
All right, let's see if there's any more before I end it. Kason hit 100K subscribers. Okay, congrats to him. All right, man. Come on, Fearbuck. I know you got some clips. Come on. And no, he doesn't. All right, man. I'm going to go ahead and end it, man. I probably shouldn't have went live. I shouldn't have. Quality over quantity. Yeah, I'll be back with another... I should be back tomorrow with another stream. And it's going to be way better than today's stream because today's stream was just awful. And I just did not have a lot of time. Well, anyways... Thank you for, if anybody tapped in this stream, I highly doubt it. Yeah, no one watched this stream. Nobody. But anyways, I'm going to end it. Good night. I'm not even going to press the button for it.